Your Health tonight, the fight against fluoride in drinking water. Utah is now the first state to formally stop local communities from adding the mineral to their water systems. Joining us now, Dr. Scott Hadland, Chief of Adolescent Medicine at Mass General for Kids. Dr. Hadland, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Good to see you, Dr. Hadland. So we know fluoride has important health benefits, especially for our teeth. So what is the concern here? Why are some researchers focused on risks?
The concern that you'll hear discussed is the fact that in studies, it's been shown that at high levels, much higher levels than we actually have in our drinking water, that fluoride has been linked to kids having a decrease in their IQ of usually 1 or 2 points, sometimes more if those fluoride levels get really high. I have to be really clear, fluoride is one of the greatest public health successes of the last century, right? It's been in our drinking water since 1945. So we have 80 years of studying this and understanding this. So we know this risk well, and we've avoided this risk by keeping our fluoride levels much lower than this risk is associated with. On the other hand, enormous benefits, as you said, right? We know that when fluoride is in drinking water, it decreases dramatically the likelihood that kids are going to get cavities, and it's been estimated that for every dollar that a municipality spends putting fluoride into drinking water, they save $20 for the community.
Well, and dental health can impact overall health, as we all know, right? So here in Massachusetts, about 62% of the state's population live in communities with fully fluoridated water. In your opinion, do they have anything to worry about? You were talking about the levels is what matters.
Right, yeah. No, I am not worried about fully fluoridated water here in Massachusetts or in the U.S. So just to be very clear, and I think some numbers are actually helpful here. So to give you a sense, fully fluoridated in Massachusetts means a level of fluoride in the water of 0.7. It's 0.7 milligrams per liter. Don't worry about that last part, but 0.7. Studies done by the National Institutes of Health and others have shown that that decrease in IQ that may be present at higher levels of fluoride in drinking water really only happens at levels of 1.5 or higher. So if we're talking about 0.7 here in Massachusetts being the level that we're at, and 1.5, more than double, being the level at which we need to worry, we're well below the levels at which we need to worry.
So if you go back to that data, though, so 62% have access to fully fluoridated water. That means 38% do not. That's 2.5 million people in this state. We know there's a lot of communities that don't have a centralized water system or homes that rely on well water, so they obviously don't have fluoride. So what should those families know?
Yeah, I mean, a couple of examples: Worcester, Springfield. These are municipalities that don't have fluoridated drinking water because they don't have the source for it. I live in the city of Boston. I'm not just a pediatrician, I'm a dad. I'm very glad that my kids get fluoride in their drinking water. If you don't have access to fluoride in your drinking water, there are things you can do. So, the most common thing is that families should brush their kids' teeth with fluoride toothpaste twice a day. That's a great way to get fluoride into their systems to help get those benefits. There are other ways too, though. If you follow up with your pediatrician and your dentist on a regular basis, they have fluoride treatments that they can give in the office that have been shown to decrease cavities. And then some families will work with their pediatrician to get fluoride tablets, extra sort of medication that they can get to help get their kids to the levels of fluoride that they should be at.
Yeah, because it is important to get it in your system as well, not just on the surface of the teeth.
That's right.
Interesting. Thank you, Dr. Hadland. Great to see you.
Thank
Have
you.
a good weekend, even though it's going to be raining.